بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين. نشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك وترحم على محمد وآل محمد كأفضل ما صليت وسلمت وباركت وترحمت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. وصل اللهم وسلم على خلفاء نبيك وأوصيائه وأهل بيته وأحبته، علي أمير المؤمنين وقائد الغر المحجلين، وعلى البضعة الطاهرة فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين، وعلى سبطي نبي الرحمة وسيدي شباب أهل الجنة الحسن والحسين عليهما السلام، وعلى علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والخلف الهادي المهدي، عجل الله تعالى فرجه وسهل مخرجه وجعلنا من أنصاره وأعوانه. عباد الله، أوصيكم وأوصي نفسي بتقوى الله ولزوم أمره. قال تعالى في كتابه الكريم: فلما جاءتهم رسلهم بالبينات فرحوا بما عندهم من العلم وحاق بهم ما كانوا به يستهزئون. صدق الله العلي العظيم. Allah says, when their messengers and their prophets came to them with a clear arguments, they exulted, the non-believers exulted in what they had with them of knowledge. They said, the knowledge that we have is sufficient for us, we are happy with it, and beset them that which they used to mock. وَحَاقَ بِهِمْ مَا كَانُوا بِهِ يَسْتَهْزِئُونَ. My brothers and my sisters, one of the biggest diseases that plaguing the Muslim world today is sectarianism. Is this division along sectarian lines, which is escalating and deteriorating day by day as I speak. And the reason for this sectarianism, which brings with it violence and killing and suicide bombings and bloodshed, almost every single day we hear a new tragedy happening in Pakistan against either the Hazara, the Afghani minorities, or the Shia of Pakistan, or Afghanistan, or Iraq, or Syria, or Lebanon, or this country and that country. This is the problem. The Christians, they have sectarianism, they are proud of their churches and their religious traditions, but they don't kill each other, they talk to each other. The Muslims, some of them, the majority of them, they kill each other. They don't tolerate each other. It's halal, the murdering of a Muslim, Shia Muslim, because he follows the tradition of Ahlul Bayt, he's Rafidi, he's rejecter. So it's halal to shed his blood. And the first person, the pioneer of this bloodshed and violence is Ahmad ibn Abd al-Halim ibn Taymiyyah, 700 years ago. He was the very first Nasibi, a hate monger of Ahlul Bayt, who had the guts to write a thesis, جواز قتال الرافضة, 700 years ago in Damascus, permitting and encouraging to murder the Rafida, the rejectors, which is the Shia. And then came after him, remember, Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab was not the pioneer. His master and his leader was Ibn Taymiyyah. Ibn Taymiyyah 400 years before him. Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab came 300 years ago, which is 400 years after Ibn Taymiyyah in Najd, who followed the path of Ibn Taymiyyah, his master and his leader. There are two reasons for sectarianism. I will mention one today and I would leave the second for next week, inshallah. The first reason for it is jahl and ignorance. Ignorance. My friends, I can tell you with full confidence that the vast majority of Muslims today worldwide, they are ignorant about their own Islamic tradition. It is true that they go to the mosques, to the Friday prayers, to the Jama'ah prayers, they fast, they go to Hajj. But I promise you, at any given time, in any given geographic area today in the Muslim world, if you put 500 Muslims in a room, lock the door, give them a sheet of paper with 10 questions about their religion. If you are Sunni, these are 10 questions about Sunnism. You are Shia, 10 questions about Shi'ism. Answer them. I would tell you that 99% of them are going to fail in this test. The Sunni does not know why he's Shia, and most of the Shias, they don't know why they are Shia. When they are put to test, to examination, scientific, not emotional. The reason why? Because they are Shias or Sunnis by inheritance, not by reason, not by investigation, not by exploration, by inheritance. He happened to be born in this family, the father, the mother are Sunnis, he becomes Sunni. He has no choice. And he would not give himself this liberty, this freedom to go and investigate one day. Okay, let me see why I am Sunni, why I am Shia, what is happening? Why I defend or I follow this without knowledge? So ignorance. Most of them, they don't read. I promise you, my friends, most of the Muslims, they have no time to read. They barely read the Quran during the month of Ramadan. And even when they read the Quran, I promise you, they don't understand the meaning of the Quran. They don't understand the meaning of the Quran. Robotic, even their prayers, Friday prayer, robotic. Mechanical, not spiritual, not intellectual. Today, the problem with most Muslims worldwide is that they lack intellectuality when it comes to their religion. Emotional about their madhab, about their school of thought. Emotional, not intellectual. So one main reason is jahl, misunderstanding. I was listening on YouTube to one of the influential speakers and preachers here in America. He's doing his PhD in Princeton. You go and check that. You go, I don't mention his name. You go and check that. One of the Salafis who studied in Saudi Arabia, completely brainwashed, completely anti-Shia and anti-Ahlul Bayt. And I was listening to him. Imagine he's doing PhD in one of the most prestigious universities in the world, Princeton. He would say in his lecture that Shias are all liars. They believe that lying is wajib, mandatory on them. Because their Imams, Imam Baqir and Imam Sadiq, they teach them to lie, not to speak the truth. He says in this YouTube clip, he says all Shia fornicate, they believe in zina and they practice zina. Someone who's studying here in America. Shame on Princeton. Shame on Princeton if they accept such a person who lacks the basic knowledge about Islam and Shi'ism and Ahlul Bayt. It's all about bigotry, ta'assub. And I'll speak about ta'assub next week, inshallah. So many of them, they lack the understanding. They don't give themselves the chance to open a book. Let me read a book first before I judge. Let me read a book and see what is going on. They don't. They put a psychological barrier between them and between ilm, between knowledge, between openness, psychological barrier. Such a nation, I am telling you, and I am a Muslim, is not going to succeed. Such followers, narrow-minded followers who live in ignorance and jahl, who do not respect their Quran, their book where it says, اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. Ya Muhammad, Ya Rasulullah, اقرأ, read, investigate. Use your brain, use your reason, use your mind. They don't follow him. They don't follow him. And this is one of the major tragedies in today's Islam, contemporary Islam. And I would follow up on this subject, inshallah, in the upcoming weeks. Tonight we have the youth session at 8 p.m. And on the 16th of this month, March, Saturday we're going, Ahlul Bayt Society is going to celebrate the Milad of Sayyida Zainab ibnatu Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam in this masjid. Before I leave the podium, I ask you to recite Amman Yujibul Muhtar for one of our dearest pioneers and founding fathers of this masjid, Hajar Mateen. He is in a critical condition in the hospital. So please, let's raise our hands, pray for him and all those who are in the hospitals or at home waiting for our dua. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء 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 يا الله من على مرضانا بالشفاء والعافية المرضى المنظورين اللهم ألبسهم ثوب الصحة والعافية جميعا عاجلا يا أرحم الراحمين وعجل في فرج سيدنا ومولانا صاحب العصر والزمان وإلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات والشهداء ثواب الفاتحة مع الصلوات.